of 1971 war. Hello guys, welcome back to Lucky's Tech View channel. Today we are celebrating Vijay Diwas Day. Vijay Diwas is celebrated every year on December 16 for the victory of India over the Pakistan in 1971 war. This war led to the creation of new nation Bangladesh, which was earlier called as East Pakistan. While most of them knew, this war officially began 3rd December 1971. But I technically feel like this seed for the war has been sowed much before than that. After many protests for the call of democracy, election of East Pakistan held on November 1970. Awami League led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman who won the election, and this was not taken easy by religious parties on whom the Pakistan government was dependent. As election mandate was not accepted, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman launched Satyagraha and many other protests. This made administration in West Pakistan angry and sent General Khan to discipline East Pakistan. Due to this violent protests and discussion continued till 25th March 1971. As talks failed, Pakistan Armed Forces started its operation to suppress Bengal protests, resulting loss of lives and property to millions. As no solution was seen, on 26 March 1971, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman took over administration and proclaimed independent Bangladesh. Very next day, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, announced to support East Pakistan succession call. On Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's announcement for independent Bangladesh, he was taken as a prisoner along with thousands of civilians. This paved way for East Pakistan Rifle, East Bengal Regiment along with thousands of civilians volunteered to the formation of Army of Bengal Liberators, which was later on named as Mukti Bahini. Mukti Bahini was also called as guerrilla fighters. Violent protests and war-like scenario was seen all over Bangladesh, and 10 million people migrated to the neighboring nation India. As expected, Pakistan in United Nations blamed India for all this unrest in the East Pakistan, not understanding this would hit the India's economy. However, United Nations stood behind India solidly. Not happy with what's happening, Pakistan started shelling on Indian borders and killing many innocent people and villagers, forcing India to retaliate. On November 20th, Pakistan's General Khan said he will not bow down and started many offensive actions. On November 21st, friends, please remember the date. On November 21st, 1971, Punjab's 14 battalion forces destroyed Pakistan's 4 tankers and captured 9 tankers. Pakistan forces suffered heavy casualties on this day. Very next day, Pakistan Air Forces breached Indian space and started shelling. And in retaliation, 3 Pakistan's F-86 aircraft were shot down and 2 pilots were captured by India. As Pakistan couldn't make progress, General Khan blamed Indian aggression that this situation is so grim and doesn't look to bring normal. Literally announcing war. Huge infiltrations were observed across our border. On 3rd December, Pakistan launched a surprise airstrike on multiple Indian air bases in Western Command area, namely Amritsar, Pathanpur, Srinagar, Avantipur, Uttarle, Jodhpur, Ambala and Agra. Pakistan's ground force heavily shelled our defense position with 8 artillery regiments, and the code-named Operation Chengiz Khan thus made the war so official. The counterattack was launched by India and huge retaliation given by Indian forces. Now, old abandoned railway line was commissioned by Indian forces for transportation. On 6th of December, our Prime Minister informed the Parliament that we officially acknowledge the government of Bangladesh. The second heaviest attack was observed in Poonch, supported by their base in Kauta. As a response to the attack, Indian Air Force bombed Kauta at the same night to neutralize their aggression. In parallel, many of the Pakistan bunks were captured by Indian Army and silenced their guns. Progress further, and in retaliation to Pakistan's air attack on December 3rd, our Indian force taxed Pakistan's operating airfields in Sialkot, Sargodha, Murree, Mainwai, Parsur, Risalpur, Jessore and Dhaka. The Indian Air Force bombed their Attak oil refinery and railway lines, which was their key supply to the Pakistan's army. Reports say Pakistan's Air Force in Bangladesh wiped out by the Indian Air Force in just 48 hours. On the other hand, our naval forces dominated sea routes with a huge presence of navy. Their sea route to the Bangladesh was completely cut off. Insvikrant, the aircraft carrier, played a key role. Aircraft from Insvikrant attacked Chittagong and other harbors and destroyed all enemy ships and even including Pakistan's destroyer Khyber. Many enemy ships were captured, but on this course we lost one of our key naval ships, inskhukri, into the sea along with its captain. For the first time on 8th December, Generalmanekshaw asked the Pakistan army to surrender, to which they denied and increased shelling along the Munawar river, resulting huge casualties on both sides. As of 10th December, our armed forces captured 400 square kilometers of enemy territory and continued to strike. Most of the Pakistan was captured and huge amount of Pakistan war materials were seized by Indian forces. In meantime, Mr. Bhutto expressed his point to United Nations, to which USSR and many other countries stood by India, and it rejected Mr. Bhutto's claim. Mr. Bhutto resented the house by tearing off the paper and just walked off.
We will fight. We'll go back and fight. My country hearkens for me. Why should I waste my time here in the Security Council? I will not be a party to the ignominious surrender of part of my country. You can take your Security Council. Here you are. I am going.
Surprisingly, US supported Pakistan with finance and arms. 11th December, General Manekshaw offered Pakistan army to surrender second time to avoid loss of life in 3 languages: Urdu, English, Pashto, to ensure that the message reached all ranks of the Pakistan army. Pakistan's General A.K. Niazi denied to surrender and said if the army dies, it's the price of freedom and continued attacking.
A lot of men might die.
It's the price of the freedom.
But what freedom? Not yours.
It's mine. Yes, my country, Pakistan.
On 12th December, 50 parachute brigade was airdropped in and around Dhaka. On 13th December, our general's final offer to surrender was broadcasted again. And in parallel, our Indian forces entered Dhaka by the waves of roads and paratroops and captured many parts of Dhaka. On 14th December, airfields, harbour and all military bases in Bangladesh was totally captured by Indian army, and as a result of this, the government of East Pakistan headed by Dr. Malik resigned. In parallel, Pakistan's General Jamshid and Dhaka garrison surrendered to Indian army. On 15th December, Pakistan's Lieutenant General A.K. Niazi offered for a ceasefire with condition, to which our General Manekshaw rejected and asked for an unconditional surrender with privileges as said in the Geneva Convention, with a deadline the very next day, 16th December by 9 a.m. On 16th of December 4 p.m., Pakistan's General signed the Instrument of Surrender and placed himself with his troops. 93,000 soldiers were under the command of India's Lieutenant General J.S. Arora. Pakistan Instrument of Surrender is a written agreement and the public property of Indian, Bangladeshi and Pakistani governments. Instrument of Surrender document is available in the National Museum, New Delhi, and it is also given in the description below. This surrender is being celebrated as Vijay Diwas for the victory of India over Pakistan in 1971 war. Our Vijay Diwas is also celebrated in Bangladesh as Vijay Diwas. Friends, I have shared whatever I learned about Vijay Diwas. Hope you like it. Share the video to your friends.